So yeah, back again. This is the third part of 1, 2, 3. You got to listen, watch these in order 1, 2, and 3 because I'm just continuing. Um, I've lost my train of thought now. Bugger it. I think I was saying tone production. Opening up. But basically, the important thing is to have that side support there. I was saying that I'm doing a lot of long tones at the moment, and I don't care what it sounds like, but I'm doing long tone practice. Just bring the sides together, and at the end of the long tone, I'm feeling it in here by engaging the note that way. I'm not going for sound here. I know I'm sucking. It's sounding terrible, but what I'm trying to do is just strengthen these muscles. So you can handle a harder reed, you can handle a bigger mouthpiece, and nothing's a problem. The biggest 1, 2, 3. The biggest thing is breathing by far. By far, you can do anything if you breathe right. Oh, this has been on for a couple of days. You can do everything wrong and breathing right, you'll get a reasonable sound. So anyhow, what I'm saying is that you get used to the feeling of engaging these muscles. This is control. That helps support. It's like flying one of those old planes, you know, the first ones. You know, when you got your bloody hands out here, you got your feet down here, and you're turning the plane with everything you got. Sort of like that, getting a really good sound. You've got a lot of things happening. You've got sound. You've got the air flow going through. You've got the pressure. You've got the right support here. The right support here. You've got how open your mouth is going to be as well, which I haven't got onto yet. But basically, I'll just talk about that briefly. So basically, you understand getting that embouchure right, bang. Support, we'll go into that later. I'm sorry, support from the amount of times I mention to my students the importance of support is pretty huge. Huge. I mention it all the time. It's like support. Get your breathing right. It's how's your breathing, mate? Is it good? And if it's good, it can be better. Saxophone players' biggest fault what we fail on is that we think that saxophone you can get a sound quite easily. You can put your 2 reed on your 5 auto link or whatever it is, and you've got a sound. But to get a good sound takes as much work as it does on trombone or trumpet. Actually, probably a bit less, or you can get away with less, but it's the same principle. You really, really have to work on low, mid, and upper breathing, filling up that total chest cavity, and getting that support. And all tone production is the same as singing. Singing is the key. Watch this. Oh, 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 oh. Notice how the tone goes up. The pitch goes up when I support, when I engage here. Oh, exactly the same things happens on the saxophone. If you're stuck getting a high tone or anything, sing what you're trying to do, vocalize it, and that'll probably give you the correct larynx position to get that note. This is very interesting. So that means that if I lower my jaw a bit, I can get a bigger sound, but I'll lose my intonation. I'll go flat. Watch this. A big open sound, but I've gone flat because I've opened up. But that's when the support comes in. If you are going spewing, vomiting, pissing, whatever you want to, that support there is what you need, and that actually brings the pitch up so you can relax and hear. Breathing brings pitch up to compensate for relaxing here. Ooh, ah. You need to go ah, ooh, ah, oh, and then the tone comes in. It's physics, ladies and gentlemen. Physics, that compensates for that. Okay, so you know what I mean. I opened up and I took it there. Then you get a big sound, and you're supporting from here, and you're not biting, and you're opening up. So support, pressure from the support from the sides, correct embouchure, and practicing your long tones again, and practice everything from right to wrong, whatever you think. I'm opening up my jaw as much as possible. Do that. Do everything. Learn to change the pitch with your support from here. You're not breathing up here with your shoulders going up in the air, although that is the icing on the cake. 1, 2, 3. Bringing that, looking up in the sky and breathing in at the same time, and then bringing those arms down before you breathe out is another way of increasing your capacity under your rib cage there. Now, what I was doing back before, something important I've forgotten. How to get good without practicing. No, just joking. Practicing support there, opening up there. Whatever, it'll come to me later. Can't remember. I think you got the idea. Blah, 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 support, bang. Okay, so that's the third part. I've got to go now, really, of tone production. But long tones are exceptionally good. Scales really slowly. Practicing all different facets of tone. Learn to get a tone biting. I'm biting the shit out of that. And that teaches you how to recognize that in a student. That, hey man, you're biting too much. You've got to change the physics of it. Notice where I put my mouthpiece? It's quite far in. On this horn, on my Salma, I have it quite, this is a Moriat, P Moriat. Usually it's in quite a bit, because when you get all the stuff right, when you get the balance right, you can put the mouthpiece in further, and because you're relaxing and opening up, you're going to get the big sound and play in tune, because you're controlling it. Notice how sharp I went then when I constricted. So we're learning to get to the point where we can actually have that mouthpiece in a bit further in and get the bigger sound, because the mouthpiece in gives the saxophone where it's supposed to be. You know, it's designed to have it, a good player will have it in more than stuck right out in the end. When you've got the mouthpiece stuck out too far, that's because you're doing all these things wrong. I'm up to 9 minutes and 28 on this, so that's lesson, part 3 of lesson 1. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Okay, bye.